Orianna is a pick that can certainly warp a game in your favor just off of one shockwave. So there are enough tools on the board for Uniq to have a pretty standout match. We've already seen one upset today. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a second one, because of our 2-6 teams, I think Uniq have been the most likely to perform an upset.
Yeah, I love upsets. It's one of the things I really, really like. It looks very weird down there on the left side. I'm sorry, guys.
We cannot have transparent photos. It's just not okay.
That's fantastic. I love it. Regardless, though. Regardless, though, no early game action, it seems, as maybe NORD will go in and get a war, but won't be able to get more than that. They'll know where starts, and they can then use that information as they like.
And shockingly here, Duckling, this may surprise you, but Akabane is going to path to bot lane.
Oh, he is? I was not prepared for that.
It's going to path toward the Draven, shockingly enough. Wants to make sure that Woolite can get as many leads as possible. I'll be looking at how well Woolite and Kissing control that early lane as well. Make sure that their wave is in a good spot for the timer of Akabane to make his presence felt on that bot side. There's a certain world where we see just a 3-wave crash and dive with Akabane doing like 2 camps and taking E second or something. So there are a lot of unique paths open to an Elise, particularly in this game when you've got Rakan Draven to play to on your bot side. But for the time being, it has been we can expect mundane, and then when the chaos ensues, we'll adapt accordingly.
So we're simply just holding up red. That's the way I'm looking at this early game. Looking at Akabane, where is he going? How will Anwar respond? And can NORD get the spot lane ahead early on? Maybe, there could be some exciting fights up in the top lane, but I don't really care. I want to see the bot lane. I want to see if Uniq can handle this, because I feel like if Uniq do manage to handle it and not really give too much up, and they scale up, they have a chance of winning this game, but they need to survive. Now is the most important time of the game for them, it feels almost.
Yeah, and it's worth mentioning here, they have incredible scaling. Zeri, Orianna in a late game team fight are going to be incredibly difficult to try and fight up against, particularly for a Draven. You will just get outranged if you don't have some tools to get on top of that Zeri. And likely the Olaf as well is going to have a really difficult time playing up against Cyrax if we get to a late game at an even stage. The Zeri is very good at kiting out on Olaf in particular. You get ramping movement speed with your ulti. Your E also allows you to traverse terrain, something that Olaf is notoriously bad at. So without that flash, we're certainly going to struggle. And if they do go into this late game at an even phase, then Uniq, again, skyrocket in their chances.
So here it is. We can almost see as the wave gets pushed in and we're rotating down. Akabane is here. All summoners are available. How does NORD pull this off?
Who could have seen this coming? 3 waves in and we're diving.
So Cyrax, the first initial target, good juke, has the flash available, but knocked up, locked down. Woolite unable to get the kill though, as he might now be going down. One more auto should do it. No, a good shield as he gets one.
Wow.
And now that is NORD rolling. A kill on that Draven, 2 kills in total. And that is just the start. The French team pretty much won it.
I mean, this is exceptionally telegraphed, right? Like, there's no way that you're taking Elise Draven and not diving on that wave. I do think it's an oversight from Antwerp to not just be there. I know he's taking the Gromp, but that's not close enough. You can see NORD do a great job. Paul now in trouble. He's got flash, so should be fine.
It does have the flash. Will that be enough?
No.
No.
Dead. No.
Akabane can simply trade his for the kill. 3 quick kills for NORD, and the most crucial point of the game has already happened.
Just small execution errors here from Uniq, right? Antwerp needed to be in that bot lane a little bit earlier, needed to be present for that dive on the window. Paul needed to flash earlier. You can't allow for the Elise to get fully on top of you like that. There was, again, very telegraphed route that we saw come through. As soon as that Elise repels, you can just flash away, and then Akabane can't target anything. Looks like a bit of a fool repelling in the middle of the lane, but uses that for the gap close, and you don't flash in time. Again, issues starting to come through in just the micros of the players from Uniq, and NORD quite rightly here capitalizing 3-0 already in a very good spot to start out this match. And with this position that they've got, they're going to look to snowball the Draven, snowball the Elise, and like I say, they've just got all the tools to do it.
And very much felt like, to me at the very least, if it was just Kissing getting that first blood, it would have been the end of the world. But as Antwerp almost had the kill, he ended up dying instead to Woolite, and then everything's just went from bad to worse. And now they are very far behind. News being pushed underneath his shirt, up in the top lane as well, as they were boarding their bot lane. They've rotated Pillarson up here to try and get something back.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of have to here. Nihus was under threat of being dove had they not pulled up. You know, maybe just the first would have been enough, and Paul's dead again in the mid lane. This is going from bad to worse for the mid laner. We'd touted him to be this sort of rock in the mid lane that Uniq have needed and relied on to find their wins in the past, but with him going down and this early game getting worse and worse, there's 2k difference already. Woolite, you can see, exerting his pressure in this bot side exceptionally well. Noon Quiver early means that he's going to be a very powerful force through this laning phase still, and with Woolite on the Draven, snowballing is king. He's already managed to find a 2k gold lead with the rest of the team, and if you can continue on that trend, it's just going to be over before it's ever even begun for the Uniq squad.
And if Fury even just 5 minutes in starts stealing away camps, we have to remember how much relied on this game in terms of the standings. Uniq really needed this win, or need this win, to keep themselves in the playoff race, because as Verdant won today, being 4 games behind, it's going to be near impossible to catch up with just 5 games left to play. That requires Verdant to have a very bad period at the very least. And for NORD, they want to close the gap up to Riddle, who just lost a game, tie up that first place seed, and keep themselves tightly at the top of the NLC.
Could disengage though here. This is the power of Rakan, of course. You have 2 dashes to safety at the very least. You can use one to engage, one to disengage after the fact. Good presence from Antwerp to be here just sort of on a window where NORD can look for a bit of aggression. They want to make sure that the wave for Cyrax and Pedersen does end up crashing fully under the turret.
Oh, this is bad. This is really bad. There is no flash on Cyrax. Good slow from Pedersen with the glitter lance, but I could have turned very sour as Paul seems to die yet again in this pit lane.
We are seeing some junglers show up today, some not. Oh my god.
Yeah, I think he was just dead here, to be honest. Wow. Solo bolos him. It's not even gone from bad to worse. It's gone from worse to near impossible, as Uniq have given up 6 kills in 6 minutes all across the map.
Wow, the worst teammate for NORD right now ruins Akaban's 100% kill participation record here. Tier 2 boots so that he could zoom around the map, unfortunately, gets ruined by the fact that his top lane can find solo kills. No Cocoon here.
He's up with the repel. Very nicely done. Yeah. I mean, it's near perfectly played, and it just showcases how good NORD have been this game. Every time Uniq has tried something, NORD has read it like a book, and either left before anything could even happen, or very quickly managed to get out as soon as something started to happen.
2.5k gold lead already. I mean, 3k even is incredible. 7 minutes into the game, they are absolutely steamrolling this lead up, and with the Akaban lead, being able to transition that across the rift is going to be crucial. He's got 50% more gold than his counterpart, and that might not seem like a lot. I don't know how well that translates, but
it's a lot.
So early on into a game, that is incredible. That is so much gold to have over your counterpart.
It's a lot of
your gold and then half of that again, you know?
And the thing is, now with neutral it's spawning as well, he can take that gold lead and apply it to get a Drake, apply it to get a Herald, and apply it to maybe get another kill top, because Nihus has no flash. It's a very long lane he's caught in, and that's wow. Should be able to lock him down here with the undertow. Who's almost underneath his turret. Might be able to get out to safety. Akabane, though, has the repel, unable to use it.
No.
And that is actually a massive shutdown back for him.
Yeah, a bit of a misstep there from Akaban. You're thinking, okay, I can dive and find the kill.
NORD might be losing a couple things. That's just a flash in mid lane, but for Uniq, it's something back. We have to say that.
It is. And, gold onto the top lane carry for Uniq here. Uniq has got to step into the role.
Oh, no.
That's a great cleanse.
Oh, it's a very good cleanse, but it's also a good flash. Yes, Cyrax still dies, but he does not die to Woolite, who spent the past 5 minutes building up those adoration stacks. So it is better to give the kills over to Kasing than to give them over to Woolite.
Feel like soon there's going to be one that goes their way. Antwerp's mid lane, though, has got ult 2v2. Okay, forced out to safety here. Looks like Paul and Antwerp were fishing for the flashless victor. As well, once again, going to step up. Does have Ragnarok here, but I don't think there's the space between the turret and safety to allow Nihus' death here.
And now NORD will try and look to get their lead to some objectives. They will trade 1-for-1 because they weren't able to pick up the Drake before the 8-minute mark. But they get the most important objective in terms of snowballing the game even further. Now just one more successful dive or gang down in the bot lane. I think that might even seal the game if they get a couple of kills onto Woolite and then give him a turret afterwards with plates.
First Drake is going the way of Uniq, though, which is not what you anticipate from a Draven Elise lane. Potentially a little bit of an oversight here from Akaban, but he is not. Honestly, he's been too busy to be going for Drake. Drake is a big commitment from an early game jungle, and if you're doing that, you're not finding kills on the map, and that's something that Akaban has, sort of recognized and gone, well, I can do this or I can do that, and he's opted into just getting a lot of gold, not necessarily setting up for the super early game win condition of a Soul. Can't discredit him for that. It's a great decision, and with the Rift Herald in his pocket as well, it's not like he's been lazy on those neutrals.
Oh, definitely not. And as I said earlier, right, the ability to snowball with a Herald is so good, and when you have someone who snowballs as well as a Draven, if you get a successful play off bot lane, it's gonna matter so much. And as we saw before, there is no flash, no heal, so within the next couple minutes, NORD should be able to go down there and get on a couple more kills.
Waiting to see how this Rift Herald does get used, right? You mentioned that they can use it down on the spot side. It's the expected play, but Antwer is, no slouch either. Expect this one. Has no cleanse here, does Woolite. And there's a Glacial Prison ready to go. They may well find Woolite, but there are 3 people from NORD also collapsing for this dive.
Oh, yeah. This is a very weird situation. Now Woolite forced to flash away, and very quickly NORD will be able to catch up and make this a man advantage situation for them. A kill onto Woolite, that's what they're looking for. TP. That's a good 2-man charm. The Whirling Death gets them both into his pocket. As now Akabane repels the ultimate, the plates to Woolite. It's more gold. It's a bigger lead into the hands of NORD.
Double kill from that Whirling Death is gorgeous. You mentioned that it was great that Cyrex flashed away from it the first time. Nihus has fallen once more in that top lane, and again, it's Uniq just crumbling under the pressure of NORD. This early game composition is to pulls TP just a little too late. By the time he arrives, his bot lane is already dead. Kasing on a slither of HP gets in, double knock-up, double charm, gets out without dying. It is precision gameplay from NORD, and they are absolutely dominating.
And now it is a 2.3k gold lead just between the AD carries. There's a 2,000 gold lead in the jungle as well. There's 1,000 gold lead pretty much in the mid lane as well, in the bot lane as well, and in the top lane, it's even worse. About 1,200, 1,300 as WoW has managed to find himself 2 solo kills. NORD have taken this game, and they've run with it after a very, very good early game.
And their, carry tools for Uniq are so far away from being online that you're just expecting this to be another fast bleed out here. All of our games so far today have really felt the same. Flash force there from Pearlison. He just steps a little too close to Woolite, who will happily burn the cleanse to burn the flash of a squishy target. That's just an extra kill to come and gain a little bit later on. You can see the later on it is right now. Akaban, Kasing, they're here. They want to try and find a turret, try and find a kill, something to keep this snowball rolling. Basically, wherever they go, as long as they are as this 3v3, 3-man core, they're going to find the lead that they need.
Now, just zoning out, allowing Woolite to slowly but surely pick up these plates as well. The plate number 4 for him, he did have to check gold on 2 of them, and while we are keeping our eyes on the bot lane, it is now a third solo kill for WoW in this game.
Yeah, we've gotten to the point of the top lane matchup where turrets aren't your friends anymore, Nihus. It is if Olaf is on your screen, you can't be there, pretty much. And it is unfortunate as now more picks.
Yeah, and we're locked up, forced to flash away, but that flash won't even matter as he's locked up. Regardless, that is actually a big shutdown down on the bot lane though. It is yet again something back as Woolite falls to Pillars and Cyrex. Very, very messy there, especially as Cyrex did manage to pick up the kill as well, with the 350 gold bounty on top of it.
So that's good. That's a tick in the box for Uniq. The issue is that they're literally down full mythic item in the bot lane, and even with that kill going back, they're down 8,000 gold. It's not even close, really, to being a competitive game still, even with that shutdown going their way. And there's only so many ways that we can phrase that before we have to recognise that this game is probably just over. NORD have taken the top turret largely individually, right? WoW found that one gank was all that he needed and had already got a solo kill prior to that. But now with this Stride Breaker double pickaxe build even, he's going to be feeling emboldened to go wherever he well pleases on the map. There's nothing that any of Uniq can particularly do, because he has got a 2-level lead on everybody on Uniq, and some situations literally 5-level difference. So it's a difficult game for Uniq, and one that unfortunately they're just going to kind of have to play out and hope that NORD screw the pooch a bit.
And I mean, with that route, I'd like to take some time, because I want to know, how has your off week been? Did you have a nice week?
Did I have a nice week? You know, I sat back, I watched more NLC, and I gained a deeper appreciation for how we don't give enough credit over to WoW. I think that this game has been a perfect example of WoW being too good that we just can't show everybody him on camera. Because he's had like 3 solo kills, and we've just neglected to show the absolutely bullying that has gone on that top side.
Yeah.
Dunkley, how was your ski trip?
I mean, my ski trip was pretty good. I got sick one day into skiing, so I skied one day, and then I got sick, and then I had to lay in my room, or not in my room, but in the little house we had, as Nihus should fall yet again. I thought this was too brutal for TV. Regardless, I guess it's not. But yeah, I was sick, and I read a couple books.
Oh, okay. The counter to why that wasn't bullying anymore is because NORD used the power of friendship. They pulled Fury up as well, so it's like a lesson to be learned in how to be a team. You know, that's why that was allowed.
I have to stop you here. Did you just say bullying is okay as long as you do it with a friend?
No, don't think that's what I said.
No, that's pretty much what you said.
That doesn't sound like something I would endorse.
No, that was pretty much what you said. I'm pretty certain. I mean, maybe you phrased it differently.
Nope.
Okay, I mean, I'm gonna have to trust you. I'm gonna have to trust you on that one, then.
I don't care if that's what I said. I'm not gonna admit that I said it afterwards. that's just not okay.
What a game! And it's certainly a game of League of Legends. 60 minutes in, almost a 10k.
Can WoW 1v3?
I think he can, to be honest. He has 2 items. Ghost now. Pop. He just needs to run down Cyrex. Yeah, pop the ult and just run down Cyrex, right? No, run down Pilsen instead. Maybe that's the answer. Oh, that's actually not too good. Never mind. Edward just dies, and it is a 1v3. He can do it, and he will do it, because he does not carry heals so much, man. As well.
Not yet.
No
my
way!
gosh.
He's too good. He is too good.
Leave! Will I leave? No. Naughty AD carry. This is a 1v3. Alright. Give it to the Draven. That makes sense.
Yeah, give him his stacks there. That's 235 extra gold. I mean, while we watch this replay, dude, I want to talk about the fact that, you know, with WoW being hyped so much by the French community, it's very hard to say that he was not overhyped. But I'm going to say he was not overhyped, because the hype has been deserved. This lived up to the expectations we had of a, you know, highlight moment, solo killing, carry top lane player. He's delivered that in pretty much every single game. He has so much responsibility from the entire French community on him, and he's living up to their expectations time and time again. As he might just find another kill here. Maybe he can get it on Pillars instead. He does not care, because the Ragnarok is popped, and he's now godlike in 17 minutes. The base is broken open route in 17 minutes. The Herald just charged down on inhibitor at 18 minutes.
This turret as well. They're going to get another charge off. This isn't fair. It's 18 minutes into the game, and there's a Nexus turret on 10% HP. There was one of two. There were 2 ways this game was going to go. One was NORD wouldn't find too many early advantages. Uniq would scale nicely into the late game, and they'd have this Zeri really doing meaningful damage with a great teamfight shockwaves from Paul. The other side of the coin is the unfortunate reality that we find ourselves in, which is that NORD would find 1-2 kills maybe in the first couple of minutes off of a dive, and they would snowball it to oblivion. And that's where we find ourselves right now, Duckling, with a insurmountable gold deficit, a lead on an Olaf that no amount of gold would be able to challenge.
He bought a Kraken Slayer, bro. He bought a Kraken Slayer. He does not care. He has 3 items. Wow.
Try again. That's not a Kraken Slayer.
Oh, stop, man!
That's not a Kraken Slayer, my king.
It's collecting. He's collecting the gold, man. Wow. How can I mess up the items, Dave? That's my comfort zone.
I'm
embarrassed by myself. Regardless, no Cyrex is dead.
Great play. You know what? We don't need to say more, to be honest. Now it's at this point in the game when there's like a nice lead that colorcasters like to talk about how a game should be closed out and how the appropriate macro steps to be taken, need to be taken. Yeah. For NORD, the appropriate steps are kill anyone you see, because there's not particularly anything that can be said, right, by Uniq. There are no composition of players that can deal with Woolite, Kasing, and WoW. If Fury and Akaban AFK'd, I think that NORD would still win.
I mean, if everyone AFK'd except for WoW, I think they will still win 8-0. He's already 3v1, and now he has a third item. He has that collector. I mean, he's going to be collecting all their souls and getting himself another pentacle.
Pentacle is decidedly on the cards. Baron, however, is the more realistic possibility right now, because it has just spawned, unfortunately, when you've got such a gold lead and so much gold in your own pockets relative to the state of the game. This thing will just melt. 2 items on an Elise, 2 items on your Draven. Very, very speedy for this little thing. They can go to a Drake if they want to, but if I'm NORD right now, they're not going to be in this game for another 15 minutes. No, I could not be bothered about getting the Drakes and for the soul.
Rude, do you play chess? I know chess has gotten very big in Denmark and Danish schools, but do you play on chess.com?
No, I have played chess before though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very bad at chess. I don't play it, but I know at the moment that Uniq, they're playing checkers, and NORD, they've been playing chess for about 20 minutes.
I'm playing 4D chess, and unfortunately Uniq are still on Cluedo. It's not even like... we're not even in the same realms. So the board's different colours, it's got different pieces and everything, like... It's insane.
Ah, that's Pilsner.
Goodbye.
And let's just enjoy the massacre. As Nihu's forced to flash away, that will be another turret falling into the hands of NORD as they will take down their second inhibitor of the game. 21 minutes in, they will look to siege down the final Nexus turret of a game, of a competitive game in the NLC, as they are more than 10k gold ahead. I cannot believe what I'm witnessing, but NORD have just dismantled Uniq in 21 minutes and 30 seconds.
I don't know. WoW had Comp League at